Everybody has a competition in their brain of good thoughts and bad thoughts. Hopefully the good thoughts win. For me, I always have both. I have like the thing I believe, the good thing. That's the thing I believe. And then there's this thing. And I don't believe it, but it is there. It's always this thing and then this thing. It's become a category in my brain that I call, of course, but maybe. I'll give you an example. Okay, like of course, children who have nut allergies need to be protected. Of course. We have to segregate their food from nuts, have their medication available at all times, and anybody who manufactures or serves food needs to be aware of deadly nut allergies. Of course. But maybe if touching a nut kills you, you're supposed to die. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Jesus. I have a nephew who has that. I'd be devastated if something happened to him. But maybe, if we all just do this for 1 year, we're done with nut allergies forever. No, of course not. Of course, if you're fighting for your country and you get shot or hurt, it's a terrible tragedy. Of course. Of course. But maybe if you pick up a gun and go to another country and you get shot, it's not that weird. Maybe if you get shot by the dude you were just shooting at, it's a tiny bit your fault. Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Listen, you all clapped for dead kids with the nuts. For kids dying from nuts, you applauded. So you're in this with me now. Do you understand? You don't get to cherry pick. Those kids did nothing to you. Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Of course it is. Every time it's happened. Black people in America, Jews in Egypt, every time a whole race of people has been enslaved, it's a terrible, horrible thing. Of course. But maybe every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves. Every single thing where you go, how did they build those pyramids? They just threw human death and suffering at them until they were finished. How did we traverse the nation with a railroad so quickly? We just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a about particular people. You can do anything. That's where human greatness comes from, is that we're shitty people, that we fuck others over. Even today, how do we have this amazing microtechnology? Because the factory where they're making these, they jump off the roof because it's a nightmare in there. You really have a choice. You could have candles and horses and be a little kinder to each other, or let someone suffer immeasurably far away just so you can leave a mean comment on YouTube while you're taking a shit.
That's what I do.
There you go. Hey, Jay, what's up, buddy?
It's a positive.
Jay Moore, everyone. Oh, hi, Jay. Welcome aboard.
I'm finally up early to call you guys. I wanted to say, Louis, your stuff on, every time I hear you on the show when I'm driving, your stuff about being a parent is some of the most, like, insightful stuff I've ever heard. I always go home and I tell my wife, because I know you guys are talking about gambling. I'll tell you about gambling in 2 seconds, but I don't know the next time I'll see Louis, but Jesus Christ, man, it's funny, it's hilarious, it's
thanks, man. Thank you,
and you're
Jay
onto
Moore.
something. It's like guys like you, that's where comedy's going. It's just people telling the truth about not hitting your kid and saying, like, treating your kid like it's a goddamn product, like, hey, it works.
Thanks,
I wanted to tell you, it really impressed me. I was over there in California listening to you, and I thought, Jesus Christ, I got to go home and tell somebody this.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Jay.
How about a
That's
compliment
nice
for some other friends?
Yeah.
Jim, Mr. Menza. I was a little surprised. No.
Metza. Old Jewish
my
lady.
high-definition channel is right next to the regular channel, so I just keep going back and forth to see the difference in your face.
Hey, that's a good compliment. Absolutely. You can't see one.
Fantastic. It's you doing comedy for an hour. Well, I mean, what am I supposed to say? It's fucking Jim Norton for an hour. It's the best.
Thank you, Jay.
Have you guys ever sat at a casino at a table and the dealer has like 20 or above for like 15 straight hands where it's, Anthony, you seem to gamble the most here, right?
Yeah.
It's a mathematic impossibility. I sound like Kaito. No. It's a mathematic impossibility.
Exactly.
But it isn't.
I was at the Hard Rock Cafe and I lost $3,000 just because I wanted to see how often the dealer was going to get 20 or above in a row, and I stopped counting at 6 hands.
Yeah, but Jay, you know it's a mathematic certainty because it just happens. Most cards are worth 10. No, I mean it's because
yeah, but where's
there
mine?
Are more cards worth 10 than any of the other kind of cards.
Where are mine?
Where's Anthony's?
Shouldn't I get?
Then give them to me, you cunt.
Shouldn't I get 20s as much as the dealer does?
Here's the thing: you know what cards you have. You're just too stupid to not double down with 15.
I just don't get it. I should get 20s as much as the dealer does. I should be able to pull 21s out of my ass with a 13 to start
21s, no, but
they do that.
Yeah, I know.
You sit there and go boom, 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 lay out 4. When they start getting to the 5th card that they're throwing down and a face card hasn't come out yet, and then they just start taking your chips while you're on card 3, you're still adding card 3 out of the 5 they have down there, but they're taking your money all because you know it's 21.
Yeah.
Bastards. Nothing, Jay? No comment on that, Jay Moore?
Jay, you started this 20 thing. We were waiting for your comment.
No, it's the new me that tries not to interrupt.
Oh,
nice.
Hey, this is kind of strange.
I figured since I buried Ron Bennington that day and he's been mad at me ever since, I would just sit back and relax and let everyone have a nice show around me.
Ronnie did take offense to you honing in on his time.
I didn't know. How often am I out to talk to you guys? I didn't know Ronnie needed to... You know what it is? Ronnie is secretly in love with Anthony.
Who's Ronnie Bennington?
Ron from Ron
Ron Bennington is just a disc jockey from upstate New York.
Ronnie is he's a genius.
Ronnie could, if he ran for president, he could dose me with acid and drive me into the center of the sun, and I'd be very happy about it.
Ronnie reminds me of some guy with like 1930s sense. Like he's got this sensibility that belongs in the 30s, and it seems like he has knowledge, like street knowledge, of every year from there up till now. Anyway,
if you're gonna roll a guy for his poke, make sure you don't know your hideout.
Exactly. He's got like that way of talking that he just knows everything, and you don't doubt it for a second. I love Mr. Bennington.
He's the guy that can talk you into doing acid even though you're 40.
He does make drugs sound fun.
He would have a great argument.
He was across the street from a kindergarten doing coke with a buddy of his, and he got so paranoid he thought all the kids at recess playing on the playground that one of them must have been a midget cop mixed into busted.
Wow.
Midget cop.
And he said every once in a while he would see like a silver flash of a belt buckle, and he'd be like, "That's a bag. They got midget cops out in the yard, man."
Oh, that's funny.
Do you know the joke about the guy? God tells the guy to go to play blackjack in Vegas. Do you know this one?
Yes.
No.
I do actually.
Do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy knows.
Yeah.
He just tells him, go bet everything you own. He takes everything out of the bank, and then he sits down at the table. He gets 18, and then God tells him, take a card. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? And the guy says, take a card. He takes a card. It's a 2. He's got 20. God says, take another card. And the dealer puts down a 5, and God goes, That was the shortest version of that joke ever, because I don't want to get hung up on.
That's a funny joke. I actually heard
That is a funny goddamn joke.
I heard it in roulette. Put it on black. I heard it in a roulette form, but I knew where it was going.
That's pretty funny because you're expecting a whole, twisty, quippy, gaudy thing.
Right.
Gaudy.
But no,
Yeah,
God just yelled.
Yeah, but that's a bunch of because the Lord would know what cards are coming.
Of course he would. He knows everything.
You know the joke about the Jewish guy and he's drowning and somebody comes by in a boat. You want me to save you? He goes, no, God will save me. So the boat keeps going and then the helicopter comes. Come on, get on the helicopter. No, God will save me. All that same too long joke.
Yeah.
And then he dies. And he meets God, and he says, "Why didn't you save him?" He goes, "What? I sent a boat. I sent a helicopter." His joke would be like, then he goes to God, "Why didn't you save me?" And God says, "Shut up, you Jew." Which is a better punchline.
I like shut up, you
I mean, they are amazing, the Jews.
There's a wonderful joke about a Jewish woman whose son is in the ocean and he's swimming, and he begins to drown, and she screams, "Help! My son is drowning! Help!" And I think God somehow, what's God do? He pushes the kid out of the water. I don't remember the rest of it.
Oh my God, Jimmy!
No.
I know the joke.
Jay, can you tell it? Because I know it's funny, but I fucked it up.
Like Buddy Hackett used to say to his act, the God, she goes, "Help!" It's an old Jewish boy, like, "Help! My son is drowning! My son is drowning!" So God, like, miraculously plucks this kid out of the ocean and, like, puts him on the blanket on the beach, and they're crying and hugging, and the mom goes, "Hey, mister, he had a hat."
He had a hat. Oh, God. But it was
Fucking Jews.
Oh, the Jews.
Oh, the goddamn
You know what?
Jews.
Let's talk about the blacks. How come they can't say ask, but they can say escalade?
An Escalade.
Excellent.
Let me
It
ask
is
you
weird
about my
to me.
escalade. And stop asking me if I know what you're saying. What is regarding Henry? I have a head wound no one told me about. It's like Monday. Like, I just came to your house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, why the wouldn't I know what you're saying, you black bastard?
You know,
goddamn
the thing about acts,
you know what I'm saying? Fucking get in a car accident? What? Yeah, I know what you're saying. And why would you be mad at me? Stop telling me you're not mad at me, you black. Yo, I'm mad at you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. Good night.
Take care, Jay.
Take it easy, Jay.
The great Jay Moore.
Thanks, man.
Jay is. It's really hard to be funny on the phone. Jay is funny on the phone.
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard.
Always.
oh goddamn.
Wow.
It's
well,
funny
folks,
that's a bad word in England because it sounds so harmless.
Yes, it does.
It sounds silly.
Wow, that just stopped a hilarious
That's amazing.
Yeah.
segment of the Opie and Anthony show. You were on a roll too, my friend.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny.
It made Jim leave the studio. He's going to march
It'd be
down
funny
the
if
hall.
people
and
go
talk
to see
Tom.
him now because they take our word for it, and then there's just blank spaces in his act.
No, he was really doing the whole thing on the air, and
just
Well, okay,
Oh,
just for the record, there's no racism in England.
Oh, yeah, not even at all.
I just wanted to be quite certain. There's none anywhere in the world. None.
no,
it's
none
all
of it.
love.
It is.
And then dump Snowflake.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
Well, that's the
talking
thing
about
is
it.
that, but the words that black people can say about white people are they can't hurt
No.
because like if the words that people call black people bring them back to all the terrible things that have ever happened to them. That's why they hurt so much. But you call me a cracker. It brings me as I'm like, oh yeah, well, I owned a lot of land and people. And,
Where does the word cracker come from? Where does that come from?
It's something that you call somebody. It means crack of the whip. So it's like it doesn't really make a. It's not like you're taking a person down. Like cracker. Yeah, well, yes, a white suit, some lemonade.
Where does
and,
honky
a
come
mint
from?
julep. Mint julep.
What about honky? Is honky what is that one?
I don't know how honky.
It's just a dumb word.
Some
Honky.
people say it's because of the way that white Americans talk.
Oh, kind of nasally honk, 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 honk.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
That would make sense.
I don't think there's one white person that has been offended by that word.
I
Not a one.
My daughter cried.
When she was called a honky.
Because somebody called her honky in school. Because they were
Are you
trying to.
serious?
No, of course not.
I thought that's an awesome
Yeah.
story.
No,
That
she was
would have been a great
She was
story.
carrying a book and wearing sunglasses, and there was a bunch of black people calling her honky. And as the National Guard was leading her into a
Yes.
Right.
Segregated school.
Yes, exactly.
What happened, Jimmy?
I just saw Tom in the hall. He's like, I talked to him. I don't think it should have been dumped. I don't think that was Tom.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
F and A.
Am I in trouble now?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
The guy is, look, I know he's
Bloody
trying
honky.
The guy
You
turned
have to leave the country, though.
You know how frustrating that is? That was probably the funniest segment of the entire show, and
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't get to hear it because we got a panicky Pete on the button.
Yeah.
He's a
Panicky
little
Pete.
worried, but the racial
Line
stuff,
of the
dude,
day will
relax
be
with the racial
silent.
So
stuff.
can we say the word?
I would hope so, yeah.
So Tom said it's okay?
He just said it shouldn't be. He said I talked to him. I'm like, Tom, the guy wrecked the segment. I know he's trying to do his job, but he wrecked the segment.
Yeah. Jim.
I mean, it happens.
Jim Jeffries, don't overdo it, but maybe you could go back there.
Nignog's still a bad word. Is that one going to
Well,
be?
that's what
English people call black people.
Nignog. It's not even an American word.
No.
I'm not saying I agree with
those awful racist people.
Yes.
I really wish they wouldn't use this word.
My point is, they used to in the 70s, they used to have a problem with black people, and then in the 80s, it became they had problems with the Indians and the Pakistanis was the big problem that they had, and they united about that. And then it was like after September the 11th, they had problems with Arab people. And now, since the EU has opened up, they hate the Polish people because the Polish people will do a kitchen for you for half the price. And the British are the laziest workers in the world, and everything's overcharged. I had some renovations done in my house. Of course I got Polish people in. I wouldn't make an English person make me anything. They couldn't build anything. They're drinking like 10 cups of tea a day, the lazy pricks. They really are, like the average English statement, I know.
Case here in New York, where a guy was shot, 20 times? He came out of his house. A 911 call came in. A mother said that her son is acting all weird and violent. Could you send the police? And in the background, the son, all you hear him saying is, I got a gun. I got a gun. Come on, bring it. So that's what the 911 operator then conveyed to the police.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that when you call 911, it doesn't go to the cop car as he's answering. The cop just hears, we have a call, violent man with a weapon.
Yeah. It's a very dangerous version of telephone.
Right. So they go there. Now, a second 911 call comes in. And apparently this one, which just turned up today, the mother again calls and somehow says, kind of vaguely, that her son doesn't have a gun. But the son keeps saying he's got a gun.
How do you vaguely say you don't have a gun?
Because she was kind of like...
my son doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gun. Well, the 911 operator asked, is he armed? Does he have a gun? And she went, he said something. It wasn't like, no, he does not have a gun. Don't shoot him.
It was a bit vague.
Yeah, it was a little vague. Yeah. And that message doesn't get to the cops. They're already, they're flying. They could be there already.
Yeah, it's yes or no.
Right. Yeah. So he comes out of the window finally, and the cops tell him to stop. He grabs into his pants and under his shirt and pulls something out. They open fire on him. It turns out to be a brush.
Yeah.
It's a brush.
He wanted to look good.
I agree with the cops on that. I reckon kill the...
Yeah. The cops were well within their right. They felt... The cop there doesn't have to be a gun. They just have to feel that their life is being threatened to use deadly force.
And if he was pulling a brush out, he was just being cheeky, wasn't he? At that moment, he didn't want to...
Cheeky. That's one word
he was
for
just
it.
being a bit cheeky there.
Yes, he was. I think you're right.
And implying that he had a gun. So kill the bastard.
But I heard Earl on Ron and Fez yesterday commenting on this, and of course Earl was all against the police on this one, saying they shot at him even after he dropped the brush. All I could think of, I wanted to call in, but all I could think of is the cops going, he dropped a brush, which means he's still got a gun. And just opened up on him.
He reached into his pants and pulled out a black hand. So it needed to be shot.
Pretty much. Some people are saying that.
They look like their hands look like guns.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We really got to take a break.
Yeah, we got
really late. We got Jim Jeffries in studio, Louis C.K.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Hello. Nice to be here. How are you doing? Good. Nice to be here. I'm broke. Anybody else broke? You ever get so broke that the bank starts charging you money for not having enough money? That's broke, man. Bank called me up. They're like, hi, we're calling because you don't have enough money. I'm like, I know. She's like, sir, you have insufficient funds. Well, that's a good way to put it, too. I agree with that. I find my funds to be grossly insufficient. Thanks for calling. Why are you mad at me? I don't understand how is this something I'm doing to you? She's like, sir, you only have $20. That's not enough. You can't only have $20. I'm like, look, I'm not being broke just to fuck with you. I just really don't have any money. I'm not trying to be a my life is So they charged me. They charged me $15. That's how much it costs to only have $20. But here's the f***ed up part. Now I only have $5. What did I pay the $15 for if I don't get to have the $20 that I paid to have? I paid the f***ing money. Where's my $20? That's like going to the movies. You buy your ticket and they go, get the f*** out of here. Go home. But I paid for the movie. No, you paid for a ticket, fucker. You didn't pay for a movie. You ever have negative money? That's depressing, isn't it? You look in your bank account, negative $10. That's how much I have now. Negative 10. That means I don't even have no money now. I wish I did. I wish I didn't have anything. I wish I just had nothing, but I have less than that. I don't have none. I have not 10. I can't, if it's free, I can't afford it. Somebody could come up to me, take this, it's free. That costs nothing. I can't afford that. That's more than I have. I gotta raise $10 to be broke. That's where I'm at. That's not good. That's bad. Apparently some of you are in the same position. How's your economy doing? No, I'm glad you appreciate that story. Not everybody appreciates that story. I told that story about a week ago in Orange County, California, and all these rich looking at me with their boat tans and their golf shirts and penny loafers. They're all looking at me like, well, yeah. Like, you were financially irresponsible, you had to pay the price. I don't frankly see what you're angry about. The bank has a right to accrue a fee, clearly. That's how different it is to be rich than it is to be poor, because when you're rich, the bank pays you for being rich. If you have a lot of money, they give you money because you have a lot of money. They say, you have so much money that we should give you some. Because you have a lot, you should have more. Here, take more money. Take this guy's 15, fuck him, you should have it. Makes perfect sense. He doesn't have enough, you have a lot. Fine, take it all, you mother. I don't give a shit. You ever get so broke it just becomes funny to you after a while? You're like, Jesus Christ! I have no money! Jesus! People call you, hi, we're going to turn off the... Okay, turn it off, man! Turn it off! I don't give a shit. When can you make a payment? I ain't paying anything! What am I going to pay you with? And sold the phone. I don't need it now. Damn it, man. Brutal. I live in New York too, and man, you can't get along with no money in New York. You gotta live in these tiny places. I have this apartment, right? And we have this. Okay, here's the toilet, right? I'm on the toilet. This is how small the apartment is. The tub is right here, like right next to the toilet. Then there's a wall, like right in here, like right. There's no. You get squeezed in, and here's the worst part. I have to put a foot in the tub to use this toilet, because otherwise I gotta go like this. Who like this with their knees together? I'm pooping. No, you gotta dig in. Fine, on a fire. You gotta get into it. And in order to achieve this position, I have to put a foot in the tub. Now try putting a foot in the tub when your pants are at your ankles. You can't. They both want to go, right? So I have to take off the whole pant leg, which means I have to take a shoe off every time I take a every time. And sometimes that's okay, but a lot of times it isn't okay. Sometimes I didn't plan effectively, and I'm 10 blocks from my house, and I've got to, you know, when you can't run because you'll bounce it out, so you got to kind of glide, and you're going, come on! God damn it! And you stop occasionally, fuck. Come on, man. God. Okay, I'm gonna make it. And I always get to this point where, like, I'm gonna make it. I'm fine. Mind over matter. I'm gonna make it. And then I see my house. I just see it. And my eyes tell the rest of me, it, man, let go. We're here. There's no need to hold on anymore. We've made it. Because my eyes are retarded, and they don't know the difference between the outside and the inside of my house. So now I got like Olympic seconds to get in my house and open the door to the bathroom, and I gotta take a shoe off? Are you... I have in my pants 13 times. I couldn't keep a straight face with that. All right. Oh, shut up. You better leave now. It doesn't get any better. Anyway. No, fine, sorry, blah, blah. So anyway, no money. I guess I'm white trash officially, and white trash is a very funny expression to me because it's the only racial expression you can use, and no one gets offended. Nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody gets all quiet like, hey man, why are you talking like that? That's not cool. Nobody defends white trash. You can be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. You go, hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. He'll go, fuck that guy. White trash piece of shit. Let's laugh at him because he's poor and he's starving to death. Loser. He lives in a trailer because he can't afford a house. Let's go right in his face right now. That's why they're funny to us, because they're poor. He wears stupid clothes because they're free so he can eat. Ha ha. Man, it's depressing in this country. You ever drive through whole towns where everybody's life is shit in the whole town? Everybody's just standing in front of their house like... I don't know, man. This is a weird election, too. People got weird, man. I was driving through this town in upstate New York. This guy's standing there with a sign that says, honk if you love America. Now, I love America, but I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, what the f*** are you doing, man? This is your day? You're going to stand at this red light with this sign? What is wrong with you? And he's looking at me because he's angry that I haven't honked yet. And now he's trying to intimidate me. He's like, f***ing honk, honk. And then I decide, you know what? I'm not honking. And you know why? F*** this guy. That's why. He doesn't get to decide this rule for the whole intersection. Just because he's got a magic marker and no job, now I have to honk? Or otherwise I'm a commie? F*** him. What if I go up to him with a t-shirt that says, lick my balls if you love Jesus? Come on, man, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. What are you, a Jew? Lick him!
In Chicago, a couple marathoners dead because of the heat. And this leads into the discussion we were having during the break here. It's not supposed to be summer in October, and it's kind of summer in October for the East Coast.
Yep.
And I used to be I never ran a marathon officially, but I used to run a lot of half marathons. I was a runner back in, my day. And, they plan these marathons in these cities when the temperature is a bit cooler.
It's supposed to be cool right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be running a marathon in 90-degree weather.
Chicago in October is supposed to be brisk.
That should be.
Yeah, no, I was in LA just now, and it was like in the 50s. It was cold when I left, and I landed in Kansas City, and it was like 90 degrees. And then I went to Wisconsin. I was just in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was over 90.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It makes no sense. And here in New York, it's just been in the 80s, and it's been great.
It's going to be 86 today in New York.
I love the global warming.
By the way,
love it.
We know that LeBron is from Cleveland.
Yeah.
He plays for the Cavaliers, but he's also born and raised in Cleveland as well. We know that. Drama daddy.
Well, the Yankees are a good team, and Cleveland is not any kind of city to be proud of. Sorry. I just want to be a jerk.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Cleveland.
Good afternoon, Cleveland.
So, we were talking about the global warming thing.
Yeah, it's not, we were saying how it's not people think we're doing something wrong, but we're not aside from the Earth. We're part of it. We're organisms that came out of the Earth, and now we're making it go cold. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, whatever happens is supposed to happen.
Yes. We
are animals,
we're part of nature,
indigenous to this planet. So whatever we do, whatever resources we are smart enough to dig out of the ground or pull out of the air or the water.
It's just we're organisms. We're like yeast that eat sugar and make alcohol.
Yeah.
By pooping it.
Right.
We take stuff out of the ground and we burn it. And it's going to make the Earth. But there's not. People have this thing that they think the Earth is supposed to last forever. That we have a right to this forever.
Again, the right.
No, we don't. We have no protection from global warming. It's what's going to happen, and we're making it happen. But so what? It's not a moral thing. It's supposed to be over now. It's supposed to. The oceans are going to rise. Manhattan's going to be an underwater theme park for a while. You're going to get to visit it by submarine,
which would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a shame that my grandchildren won't know. They'll be cooked by the sun.
Well, Louis, one of our
on a rock. That makes me sad personally, but I don't believe that's good. Like I was saying, the first ice age wasn't some Republican atrocity. It just happened, and this one's going to happen.
One of our favorite things as far as global warming goes in Manhattan. They'll show the dramatic, video of what Manhattan's going to become because of global warming, and all of a sudden, they show buildings that have 20 feet of water on the sides, and and cars are floating, and the subways are flooded out all the way to the street level. Yeah. And Ed and I, we're humans. We adapt when the waters start rising. We'll just start building walls and other things to try to figure it out.
We do something. And if worse came to worse, where it's like, well, we're going to lose Manhattan, do you think there'd be cars left? Like that it happens that quickly?
Right.
That the water raises it in 20 feet in a day? Like we'd salvage everything. Yeah. We'd be taking bricks.
Like there's a dramatic picture of what Manhattan would look like if the oceans rose.
No.
But before it got to that point, don't you think we'd figure stuff out? Don't you think as soon as we start seeing puddles forming as human beings, we're like, we gotta do something about this. If we don't do something about this, that's what's gonna happen. The city's gonna be in the middle of the ocean.
No, people aren't gonna be on the roofs of those buildings.
No. Help. I've been here for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, they're gonna be on the roof. They're gonna be in houses in another part of the country.
Yeah.
Because we're still America. We still have more than everybody else. It's not like, the unwashed billions that are just going to get, that are dying anyway. They don't need global warming to die. People in Darfur and whatever, they're dying anyway.
So you're a fan of just that. Don't even worry about it.
Well, I just don't think. No, I mean, look, if people would like to have the Earth a little longer, then they should slow down. But it's not a moral thing. Nobody's doing anything morally wrong because we are we're part of nature.
You know what?
We're elements of nature.
It's always amazed me is the fact that we just took crap that was laying around, figured out how to take metal from the earth, melt it, make it into things, take things from the air, chemicals from trees and water. Nothing. We didn't have to go out into space to grab anything. We figured everything on this earth, and we were able to slap together machines that fly.
Yeah.
How great are we as human beings? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Global warming.
If we were a little smarter, we would put all of the energy that we have, like nuclear energy and stuff. We would use it to keep making rockets to get off of the planet.
Yeah,
and make a new one. It's with it. We could do that.
Make a new one somewhere.
So that would, but we're using a lot of that energy to off each other to kill each other. So
we kind of like doing that.
That's a shame. I just don't think it's like.
That's something we've been
Human
doing
race
for...
isn't supposed to last forever. We're going to go at some point.
Right. We've been killing each other for forever.
Everybody dies. Every band stops making hits. Hey, you know, like when they show on VH1, they're like, what happened to Love and Spoonful? Why aren't they still number one every week forever?
They just
Because everything has a crest. Everything has a little curve to it.
A lifespan. Hey, they're showing pictures of the Empire State Building underwater with a couple...
Just two sharks.
A couple
sharks swimming around.
Like if the Empire State Building is underwater, it's going to be crystal clear like you're in the Bahamas. Just like that. Just like that. That's what it's going to look like. Yeah, we're going to have Bahamas water all of a sudden up here. Not the murky crap that we do have surrounding Manhattan.
I don't agree with either side of the argument, though, because the people that say this isn't going to happen are liars also.
Yeah.
People that say global warming is a myth and it's got nothing to do with mankind, those people are liars. They're just greedy liars.
Yeah.
And the people that say, "Oh no, it's horrible," they're just stupid. I have this third feeling, which is, yeah, it's happening, but so what? So it's time to die now.
I can't see it happening this quickly.
No, it's also not going to happen that fast.
Yeah,
I don't know. It might.
People are freaking out that look, there it is, the taxi cab in the water.
Yeah,
like that guy got caught up in global warming.
Yeah.
Like I should have saw the signs.
It's like getting caught in a glacier.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, a glacier in 10,000 years. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Glacier.
And look what we did. We dug out New Orleans, and then that's back to normal.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Tourism's up. They got rid of some riffraff.
It's called sarcasm.
They're in Houston now.
We're back to getting it to where it was, okay?
Yeah.
We figured some things out.
No, I don't think we will. I
built
think
up the
New
levees a little
Orleans
bit.
is probably over. And people that are like, how is America going to keep being number one? It's not. Nothing lasts.
You know what?
And Rome didn't last. America's not going to last.
No empire lasts.
No, it just doesn't. And we don't get to be as safe as we were. We just don't.
Yeah.
And what is...
Somebody else's turn. It's China's turn to...
We need to really kick the crap out of someone as a country. I don't mean an Iraq war thing.
Yeah.
I mean a devastating ass-kicking
Yeah.
to give to a country that'll show like, hey, look, we still got it. Don't screw with us.
Don't mess with us.
I might even be talking nuclear.
It would be funny if we just went after somebody like Spain.
Random. Spain.
Like just
some country.
A massive airstrike and then an invasion.
Awesome if Bush did that on his way out. Just invade Spain and everybody's like, what are you doing? And he's like, so?
So what do you want?
Taking
some country that's
Spain.
unexpected.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Just that's part of America now.
It's ours.
Yeah.
It's like another state.
What are you going to do about it? We got nuclear weapons and we'll use them.
We have before.
It would work.
What would they do? Oh, okay.
I guess
the UN would be, well, we have to speak very strongly about what the United States did.
Yeah.
Sanctions.
Yeah.
We got everything we need here. Shut up.
Let's go to Adam in North Carolina. Adam.
Adam doesn't know his name either.
North Carolina, dude. Global warming is about saving ourselves. You.
Oh.
Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
Hey, I was just letting you know that global warming, it's not about saving the planet. The planet will always be here. It's about saving us as a human race.
Well, it's
but that's the thing. I don't think that's a moral issue. I think if it's time for the human race to be underwater and extinct, then that's got to happen now.
I'm sure the mammoth...
It's time for that.
I'm sure the mammoth wanted to hang out for a little while longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the three-toed sloth.
You know, there's people that believe that we were apes. There's a theory of evolution called the aquatic ape theory, which says that we were apes that got underwater. Like that we were apes that were on an island, and we had to start swimming, and that's how.
Ooh.
If you take an ape and you make him swim for thousands of years, he'll start to have no fur, and it straightens your back. Your back straightened out through not walking but through swimming. And that's what made us
interesting.
It made us smarter. It made our snouts turn into noses because they're better for swimming.
Yeah.
And that some of us kept going and became dolphins, and that the rest of us are
too lazy. We're like,
and we
stop right here.
That's good enough for me.
I'm just gonna stop here.
Yeah, this is good.
Exactly.
I like that.
And we came back to Earth, so that. I love my daughter. It's a lot of responsibility that you never think about, though. Like, you got to name your kid. That's a big deal right there. You know what's amazing to me? You can name your kid anything you want. Isn't that incredible? There are no laws. There should be a couple of laws. None. You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton.
just 40 Fs. That's his name. Go clean your room. Some people name their kids a word like sunshine or battery or whatever. I like to name my kid a whole phrase, you know, something like ladies and gentlemen. That would be a cool name for a kid. This is my son, ladies and gentlemen. Then when he gets out of hand, I get to go, ladies and gentlemen, please! But you got to be careful what you name your kid. You do have to be careful because what happens is other kids in school are going to make fun of them. They're going to make fun of their name. And you don't have to give them a weird name because they can do it with any name. Kids are geniuses at that. Any name, they take it, they go Louie Screwy, Joey Blowy, Mike, your mother's a dyke, whatever. They find a way, these kids. Any name, what's your name? Eric, you see, just like that. Lightning speed these kids got. What's your name? Joe, eat a bag of shit, cunt face. You see, just like that. It's not fun to be single at 41. I was married for 10 years. I'm divorced. I got 2 children. It's hard to start again after a marriage. It's hard to really, look at somebody and go, hey, maybe something nice will happen. You just don't. I know too much about life to have any optimism. Because I know even if it's nice, it's going to lead to shit. I know that if you smile at somebody and they smile back, you've just decided that something is going to happen. You might have a nice couple of dates, but then she'll stop calling you back, and that'll feel or you'll date for a long time, and then she'll have sex with one of your friends, or you will with one of hers, and that'll be or you'll get married and it won't work out, and you'll get divorced and split your friends and money, and that's horrible. Or you'll meet the perfect person who you love infinitely, and you even argue well, and you grow together, and you have children, and then you get old together, and then she's gonna die. That's the best case scenario, is that you're gonna lose your best friend and then just walk home from D'Agostino's with heavy bags every day and wait for your turn to be nothing also. It's true. Everything that makes you happy is going to end at some point, and nothing good ends well. It's like if you buy a puppy, you're bringing it home to your family saying, hey, look, everyone, we're all going to cry soon. Look at what I brought home. I brought home us crying in a few years. Here we go. Countdown to sorrow with a puppy. I remember I had a dog when I was a kid, and we had to put him to sleep because he had a tumor on his snout. And I remember I was home when the vet called and said, yeah, that's a malignant tumor, that he's got to go. And I was like, well, can we fix it? And he goes, I'd have to just remove his whole snout. And then he'll just have this weird, round, furry head that doesn't look like a dog. And he could only eat with a straw, but you can't teach a dog to through a straw. So he'll just die of being stupid and having a round head. So I think you should just kill him. That's what I recommend. And I was like, okay, well, should we make an appointment for a few weeks from? And I swear to God, the guy goes, no, just bring him over. I'm not doing anything. I'll kill him right now. Like, just bring him over now. Why wait? I'm not busy. So I bring the dog to the vet. And I remember I'm holding the dog, and he sticks him full of a crazy amount of morphine, or the right amount if you're trying to kill a dog with it. And my dog dies. And then I left him there, because, it was arranged. I didn't, sneak out and leave my dog. We had no money. So I left and I asked the vet, I made the mistake of asking the vet, what are you going to do with my dog? And he said, he just goes in a mass grave. And I was like, what's that like? And he goes, it's just a big pile of dead dogs. So that night, I remember, it was raining, and I had this nightmare that my dog woke up from the morphine and found himself in a pile of dead dogs and crawled out past the dead cat pile. And then he just walked, and it was thunder and lightning, and he was like one of those miraculous dogs that you read about in Reader's Digest, and he's made his way home. And then he scratched on the door, and we opened the door, and there he is, and we go, there, he's here! Look, he's back! And then we realized we just gotta do it again. Gotta take it back. Gotta do it again. Still got a tumor on his snout. And the dog's like, are you me right now? Can I spend the night? Jesus! So that's why it's hard to start dating, you know? That's why
Daddy, where are we going?
Taking you to your mom's house.
Yay!
Yeah.
Daddy, my shoes don't fit anymore.
Really? We just got you those.
I know.
Well, I'll get you some this week, or Mom will get you some this weekend.
I'm too tired to walk.
I know, but it's good for you.
Carry me.
Hey, look, if I carry you, you won't get stronger. All right, come here. Okay. Come on.
For more than 100 years. In most cases, they were a history lesson, like when the ladybugs infested the fields of England. Hence the song, Ladybug, Ladybug, Fly Away Home. So the big question now is, are the words in these rhymes appropriate for today's generation of kids and parents?
Ew.
Oh, God. That's the big question.
We got to attack everything.
The big question is, why does America stink?
Yeah, that would be the bigger question.
I'm just so tired of stuff like that.
No kidding. Nicole in New York.
How about London bridges falling down, but at least they're not jumping off it like they are the Golden Gate? Huh? That's the updated version for today's kids. Run with that. Guy, production's death, go.
Do it. My daughter, kids are supposed to not, my daughter and I were eating lamb chops one day, and she said, she's 3 years old at the time, and she said, where are we eating? And I said, lamb chops. And she'd been to a farm recently and petted a lamb. So she said, are there little lambs inside of this? And I said, no. Like, I'd never made the connection with her that she eats animals.
What a stupid question.
Yeah, I know.
Are little lambs inside? Of course there aren't.
Yeah.
You
I go,
dope.
So I go, no, and she says, well, are these pieces of a lamb?
Ah, now she's catching on.
And I go, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Just told her yes. So we're eating a lamb like the one I petted? And I said, yeah. And she says, I like lamb chops.
Oh.
She's like Hannibal Lecter. No, she likes eating
that.
There you go. She likes eating animals. She's full aware that she,
top of the food chain.
She loves ducks and she loves eating ducks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did the lamb make you perform fellatio? Did he sodomize you? No.
He was a good lamb.
Hey, let's go to Nicole. She's got something pretty good.
Hi. Yeah, I took my 3-year-old brother to the library, and the librarian pointed me over to this section. I guess she thought I was like some unwed teenage mother. So there's like, why you had sex when you were 10, and there's a book about Uncle Willie's pickles, and how to deal with molestation, and why is Daddy in a casket.
All right, wait a minute.
And they have
hold on.
Why is
I have an assignment.
Yes.
I have to read Uncle Willie's pickles.
Yeah. Could someone go out and get Uncle Willie's pickles and get it over to XM for the second half of the show today?
Why is Daddy in a casket? Sounds awesome.
Yeah, maybe Daddy's a bad driver. Or maybe Daddy metal. Go ahead.
Oh, Nicole, it's going to be much more exciting here. Go ahead, Nicole.
This whole section is like in the middle of the children's playroom, like pictures of really tickling kids, like awful, awful books.
You know, I want you to have a sandwich just full of Uncle Willie's pickles.
The thing that bothers me is that people want to protect their kids from reality, but then they want to sell them stuff. Like that's what's acceptable is like Fox Kids, where they're selling them toys and cereal with loud noise and MSG and sugar. Like, nobody cares about that. Yeah. That's fine. But don't mention to them that things do die and that it's okay that things die, especially if it's your stupid father.
Well, the Daddy in the casket thing does seem a little morbid. Like, how could that possibly play out?
Maybe
why is Daddy in the casket? Well, he's going to be in it till bugs eat his face. Yeah.
Daddy borrowed money from a man, and Daddy couldn't pay him back. Maybe that's a lesson. Maybe Daddy mingled with someone of a race that he shouldn't have. Here.
For the Brady kids, why is Daddy in such a lil casket?
Why is Daddy face down in a casket with a permanent arch in his hips? Well, you know, that man, he played on TV.
Why is Daddy in a closed casket? Well, because his face is pulp. God. Because we couldn't reconstruct his...
No.
Lady.
I wouldn't play that.
Do you think there's room in our society for these old-time classics?
No, I don't think so. The kids today are smart and they can pick up on things like that.
Well, you know what? 100 years, one complaint. That's not too bad. Okay? All right? That's a good track record.
That's true. Good point, Rich. Good point. Helium Comedy Club all weekend for Rich Voss.
And it could tie in, actually. We'll have to just change it, update it. How about immigrants? Immigrants fly away home. Huh? Give me those ribs, you.
Well, let's see what a child psychologist has to say about this issue.
Oh, good.
There's nothing inherently wrong unless you want to do away with Snow White, Hansel and Gretel.
But child psychologist Dr. Victoria Beach doesn't understand what all the fuss is about. After all, she says, children have been listening to these nursery rhymes for more than 100 years.
Casey at the Bat was in 1888, and it was published in the newspaper. Very famous poem. Way over the head of toddlers.
Kill him! Kill the umpire!
Quite frankly, if you don't want your children to hear kill the umpire, you should never let them watch a baseball game.
And her advice to parents is simple.
Children will repeat what they hear. So if you don't want them repeating it, don't play it.
So for mom and dad, you heard the doc. The bottom line is pretty clear. Just use your discretion when it comes to your kids if you don't like what you hear.
Yeah, just let them listen to soulless Barney and Elmo.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Teach them nothing about anything and...
Or
milk toast.
They'll chase him across the street in Crown Heights with a bat.
What is wrong with him? Hey, we gonna find that book for Jimmy?
Oh my God, Uncle Willie's pickles. It's all I want.
Where's
I'm
that?
obsessed with them.
We gotta find that.
Uncle Willie's
pickles does he have?
I know, exactly.
He's got a bunch of pickles.
Well, I guess Uncle Lee had a lot of friends who also had pickles.
We're gonna do the walkover in a couple minutes here, so if you got that book, come find us. We'll let you check out the second half of the show.
Let's throw.
But the problem is we have no money. I don't know where she thinks the money's coming from. We're so broke. I'm so sick of being broke. I'm broke. I'm just always keep digging this hole. And most people are broke too. That's the thing. This country's just everybody's broke. That's why I don't like George Bush, but I didn't like Kerry either because they're both rich and they don't get it. They don't know what it's like to be poor. Like poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like because they fantasize about it constantly. Every poor person has their whole rich life all planned out. Every detail. I'm going to have a house made of chocolate, and people are going to blow me as I walk in each room. They're going to be waiting. I'm going to wipe my ass with live rabbits and throw them out the window. And... got it all worked out. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why the f*** would they do that? I'll have to take the bus everywhere. Yeah! I've always been poor my whole life. I fucking never had any money. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. But, there's a lot of people that are poor now. Like, I was driving through upstate New York, and there's people up there, man, their lives are just like, you ever drive through a whole town, and you're like, what did a bomb go off in this place? What happened? Everybody's life in the whole town. And you can tell because they're just standing in front of their houses like... just bleak. And a lot of people call those people white trash. And... I love that expression, white trash, because it's the only racial expression that you can use, and nobody gets offended. Nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody goes, hey, don't talk like that about them. That's not nice. Nobody defends white trash. You could be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. You're, hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. He'll go, ha ha, f*** that guy. White trash loser.
And then we got Jim Jeffries on the couch.
Yeah. Hello.
Eating.
Yeah. Eating, yes.
I'm eating a lovely omelette and a steak.
And you're playing Caroline's. How was it last night? Good?
There wasn't many there, but it was a great gig.
It's a weird place during the week with the tourists, though.
Yeah. No, there was a few Australian people there and a few English people there. Not many Americans came to see me. So,
really?
Oh, well, you get that.
What's wrong with them?
I had a really bad thing last night. I work for a radio station in Australia, and they ring me up and they go, we're going to do a cross tier in Times Square. You tell us what's going on with Halloween. And I'm like,
oh, no.
It's not Halloween in this country. We're a day behind you. Right?
They didn't.
And they're like this. They go, just pretend. Australia will never know. And because I got a job with them, I couldn't go, get off with you. What are you talking about?
No.
So there's me standing there going, oh, there's women in naughty nurses' outfits. How you going, girls? Oh, Times Square's gone mental. Right? It was the worst bit of radio ever. And worse than that, it was on breakfast radio over there. So,
you know what?
Can't people do the math and realize, like, that, wait a minute, it's not Halloween.
No.
Didn't anybody?
Or Day Behind. We got to get that clip.
No.
E-Rock, try to find that clip. We got to hear it.
I work for him. No, don't do that. Don't do that
we have to do that.
I got
sorry.
a job. Don't Russell Brand me out of my own job.
Yeah, really. Treat him nicely.
Russell, by the way, I want to hear the clips of the phone calls he made.
But did I tell you? I used to go out with that girl. She's an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Oh yeah.
The girl that's in.
Well, that Russell banged.
Well, Manuel's granddaughter is an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Explain the controversy, because a lot of people,
Well, there's a guy called Manuel of Faulty Towers who is a Spanish bloke on a TV show who's meant to be thick. Unless you watch the TV show in Spain where they made him Mexican, which is worth noting.
Really?
Yeah, Manuel was the stupid Mexican in Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers was great with,
John Cleese, right?
Yeah. John Cleese. One of the best sitcoms ever. Only 12 episodes, but great. Right.
Only 12 episodes of that?
12 episodes, yeah. 2 seasons of 6.
British don't play games. They don't go too long. They cut it quick.
And they decide to make episodes when the hell they want to. They don't set to any schedule. They go, the next episode's in 5 weeks. And you go, what happened there? And what's it, a morning show now? When did that happen? So Manuel has a granddaughter who has let's say a questionable occupation. She dances for a burlesque troupe called the Satanic Sluts. It's a fairly suggestive name. It might not mean what you think. And then there's Jonathan Ross, who's the biggest broadcaster on British television. He's the £6 million man. For that's what he gets paid by the BBC.
That's what we call E-Rock. Fat joke.
And then there's Russell Brand, who's the pretty boy of the whole thing, and might have seen him in that Sarah Marshall film. And so they were on a radio.
And he really took Tinseltown to task when he took the MTV Awards.
Yeah, I heard it went badly.
And he hold up a mirror to those phonies.
He sure did.
I heard he made some George Bush jokes that were quite questionable.
Settle down.
Yeah, called a retarded cowboy. I was like, well, this guy's crazy.
I think we wouldn't let him play with scissors. Oh, stop it, Russell. Stop it. Anyway,
scathing.
Jonas Brothers, too?
Oh,
this guy nuts?
Leave them alone.
How many big targets you going after?
Yeah, tell me he said something about Britney.
He probably did. He was that wild.
Knowing that edgy MFer, he probably went off on her. He's crazy.
So anyway, he gets on the radio. He rings up Manuel, right, and says that he's going to interview him. This is the facade they're using. They go, we wanted to interview him about Faulty Towers. Why? No one's interviewed Manuel in 30 years. No one's asked a question about Faulty Towers. But anyway, obviously Manuel's not there. So he just leaves 5, 6, maybe 7 answering machine messages going, I effed your daughter.
Granddaughter?
Granddaughter. I effed your granddaughter.
It's a granddaughter.
They've got the footage here.
Yeah, I got a taste of it.
Andrew Sachs.
Don't call him Manuel, that's really bad.
Call him Andrew Sachs.
Oh, I apologise.
I said Andrew Sachs.
He's an idiot.
Look, Andrew Sachs, I've got respect for you and your lineage and progeny. Never let that be questioned.
Don't hint.
I wasn't hinting. Why did that come across as a hint?
Because you know what you're talking about.
Now, when you were
the granddaughter.
That's his answer phone.
I'm sorry. I apologise. Andrew, I apologise.
Wow, shock jocks. I love it.
And do you know?
I was obviously on a voicemail.
They got, I think it was 18,000 complaints.
His answer phone.
They got real complaints.
But really? I get it. Yeah. I get it. You can't ring someone's grandfather up and tell him about it. And he's just an old bloke sitting at home going,
Yeah, he's not
from what I know,
currently having a show, but he's not like in the public eye. He's just a private citizen somewhere.
Yeah, he was on a TV show 30 years ago.
Mr. Faulty! Mr. Faulty!
And the thing was, from what I know from talking to his granddaughter, him and his granddaughter are on best terms anyway.
Oh, okay.
Old Voluptia with a destroyer. She's a curvy girl.
Oh, is she?
Oh, she could take a punch.
Where's a picture over there?
And you used to go out with this girl?
I went out with her when she was 18. When I was about 25, when she was about 18, she was up at the. This is before she was a member of the Satanic Sluts, but you could see it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guys knew they were in some trouble, so they tried to cover their their tracks here.
Look, Andrew, I'm phoning you to ask if I can marry. That's right, marry your granddaughter, Georgina the granddaughter.
And I'd like to be a page boy.
He wants to be a page boy. We're gonna have a 40 Towers themed wedding.
No, you've spoiled it.
No, I made it better. Oh look, I'm sorry. I'll do anything. I wore a condom.
It is still Jocktober, too.
Yeah.
He uses a lot of flowery words, Russell.
Yeah.
He's over-exaggerated.
And then they
he talks about things like it's... He once came up to me and he went, "You're an ordinary man with overtones of smut and philanthropy." What are you talking about?
What?
What does that mean?
Stop trying to be random. Stop trying to be brilliantly obscure and random. No one cares.
Calm down, you phony.
Just always remember.
I'm sorry.
He used to put it in his mouth for Coke back in the day. That's what I always think when I looked at him.
Yeah.
I read his book. It's kind of interesting. He had a bad drug habit.
He continued calling the guy back over and over again.
I'd like to apologize for these terrible attacks, Andrew Sachs. I'd like to show contrition to the max, Andrew Sachs. I'd like to create world peace between the yellow, whites and blacks, Andrew Sachs. Andrew Sachs. I said some things I didn't have oughta, like I had sex with your granddaughter. But it was consensual, and she wasn't menstrual. It was consensual, lovely sex.
Ugh. These guys are good.
Yeah, that's the best radio we've got.
I guess it loses something in the translation.
No, we understood every word of
English.
it. Literal Jim, I
That's
suck.
okay, literal Jim.
No, Anthony was English. Oh, you should kick me in the teeth with the inappropriate bell on your foot.
I'll give you a Halloween pass.
One more clip.
Do that anyway. To read about you is to know that nothing, even close, is as important as your children.
Yeah, easily. Being a dad that's the most important job.
And what did they think of the comedy? Did they love it? Did they say, it's not me, Dad, it's funny how you use us, but it's not me?
Well, the stand-up that I do, I've changed the way I talk about my kids just because I like sharing my stand-up with my kids. I like showing them what I do. Yeah. And, the first time I ever showed my oldest daughter a bit I used to do about hide and seek, playing hide and seek.
Yes, tell me that story.
With her, and it was about getting really frustrated that she would hide it in plain sight, literally, and I would have to pretend she wasn't, that she was hiding better. And on stage, I would say what BS this was because she's, I have to pretend she's good, and I would rail about it and get angry. And I showed this to her when she was, 6, and she laughed a lot because her younger sister. It was like that now. Like she was having to patronize her younger sister.
Oh, I see. She was doing the same thing.
So she's like,
just like you were doing to her.
She's like, I know exactly how you feel. And she was able to make that connection. And she also thought it was funny that I got so upset. She knew it was funny because in real life at home I'm not like that. I get upset like any parent does, but not unreasonably. So she thought, she knew.
But would she say to her friends, I have the funniest dad in the world? He's the funniest man to be around.
Oh, geez, I don't know. What I hope is that her thoughts about me are as a father.
As a loving father.
I'm there for her when she gets off the bus from school. I'm there for her. I take her home. I cook her dinner. We do her homework together, and her sister, same thing. So I take care of them. To me, that's what I want them to remember. I think
of course.
The work is like something that hopefully when they're like 18, 19, they'll Google me and go, wow, this guy did a bunch of stuff while he was doing that, It's not important to me that I like to model for them a good life in my career as far as, trying really hard and being responsible. I tell them when something big is at stake and when it doesn't go well or when it does. I tell them that stuff as a role model, But I could be doing the same thing if I was working at some company making widgets or something,
What
Here's another thing I believe deep down again is that gay people should stop doing that. And not for any moral or societal reason. I don't give a shit. I have gay friends. That's love. You should respect what they want to do with their lives. But they're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to be two vaginas smushed together. It doesn't make any sense. It's like two buckets and you hold the openings against each other. There's nothing being accomplished. You need to put a thing in a thing. Otherwise, what are you doing? Gay guys, I get it, because they're putting a dick in a place. In an ass of a man. Which, by the way, what better place to put a dick than a man's ass? It's perfect. Even a vagina is awkward. You have to go up and in, and you have to or she has to splay herself, and you have to go like this. It just looks weird, even. But a guy, you just walk up to him, and you're in his ass. That's it. You just walk up behind him. It's that simple. Just, I'm gay. That's it. You just walk up, you're gay. And then somebody goes into you. That's how we were packed originally, to save space. But the two holes bump. What the hell are you doing? It's wrong. Not morally, just geometrically. I think there's a hell, and I think I'm going. And like a friend of mine was telling me about how he had sex with a hooker, and it turned out to be a guy. And it was like a horrible thing for him, and he had to get over it with therapy. And as I'm listening to this, I realized that happened to me too. And the upsetting part of it wasn't that it happened, but that I had forgotten. This wasn't like a landmark in my life like it was for him. I was like, oh yeah, no shit, I f***ed a guy once back in Montreal. I forgot about that. I had a good day. I got a call today. My phone rang and I answered it. I didn't recognize the number. I said hello, and the person said, "Please hold for the president." I was like, "What?" And then a voice comes on. It sounded like the president, and he's like, "Oh, it's President Obama." And I said, "No, that's not you." And he goes, "Yes, it is." And I said, "No, there's no way the president would ever call me." So he goes, "All right, we'll just hang up and call the White House and ask for me and you'll get through it. Maybe they'll convince you." So I said, okay, and I hung up. And I Googled the White House. And I got like the main number and I called and said, "Hi, this guy was calling me. He said he was the president. My name's Louie." And she put me through. So all of a sudden, I'm talking to the president. And I said, "What can I do for you?" And he goes, "I don't know, what's up?" And he said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Phoenix." And he said, "I heard they're all fags there." I know. And I was like, first of all, Phoenix is not known for that. Second of all, who says fags? Like, who says just fags? And then beyond that, how dare you, Mr. President? And he says, "So, go tell everybody. Who's gonna believe you, you fat douche?" And he hung up. I was really surprised. That's what I would do. If I was the president, I would just bother people. I would fly around the country, go to like Wisconsin, go to some guy's house at 3 a.m. and just drink out of the milk carton. So tell everybody, just piss on the floor. Who's gonna believe you? Yeah, go tell everybody the president pissed on your floor at 3 a.m. Go ahead. To me, that would be the whole point of being president. Is getting to do that. Get angry. Everybody hates gay people. I never understood anger towards gay people because a person being gay doesn't affect your life. So it's weird to me that people just like, they're in their homes going, "Oh, people are gay. Damn it. What do you care?" I can understand hating gay people if, say, like you're mowing your lawn and two guys are blowing each other right on the grass. And you're like, "Oh, I gotta cut around you faggots every Sunday. I'm sick of this." Or say you're eating your breakfast in the morning and you're about to put your spoon in the cereal bowl and two guys touch right in front of you. "Hey, come on!" "I gotta get to work. I don't have time to dodge your with my spoon."